why the secrecy? Well, who were these men? Senator Nelson Aldrich, who was the Republican whip in the Senate. Aldrich was a business associate of J.P. Morgan. He was the father-in-law to John D. Rockefeller, Jr., which means, of course, that eventually he became the grandfather of Nelson Rockefeller, our former vice president. The second person at the meeting was Abraham Piatt Andrew, who was Assistant Secretary of the Treasury. Frank Vanderlip was there. He was the president of the National City Bank of New York, which was the largest and the most powerful of all the banks in the country. Representing the financial interests of William Rockefeller, Henry Davison was there. He was the senior partner of the J.P. Morgan Company. Charles Norton was present. He was the president of the First National Bank of New York, which was another one of the giants. There was Benjamin Strong, who was the head of J.P. Morgan's Bankers Trust Company. And finally, there was Paul Warburg, who was probably the most important of all the men there because of his knowledge of banking as it was practiced in Europe. Paul Warburg was one of the wealthiest men in the world. He was a representative of the Rothschild banking dynasty in England and France, and these are the men that sat around a table on Jekyll Island and created the Federal Reserve System. They represented approximately 1/4 of the wealth of the entire world.